Good morning, students. So in the previous lectures, we discussed about the MongoDB, right? MongoDB is one of the NoSQL database, which is document-based data model is used in MongoDB, right? And in the previous lecture, we discussed commands for dealing with the MongoDB, right? So in continuity that today we also see how we insert the data and retrieve the data from the NoSQL database like MongoDB, right? So one by one I am showing on your screen the commands. Are you able to see? Are you able to see? So
Yes, sir.
show DBS is a command used to see the databases, right? And use DBS. So use MyDB. So what database we are going to use, right? And in the database, there is a collection of tables, and in MongoDB, the table is a collection, right? So db dot are you able to see this? So what database we are using? MyDB. Show collections. It's collections, right? What is collection?
Table.
Tables, right? And table contains the data. So in MongoDB, there is no static schema, right? There is no static schema, right? So suppose we are creating any table like employee table, suppose we are creating. So I'm just repeating it. So db dot create collection emp. So what it will do? Will create the table collection. Right? Now EMP is on your screen. Now we want to insert the data in this. Clear? So there are various functions like insert one, insert many. So first we see what is insert one. So db dot, what is the collection name? EMP dot insert one. So I think this looks like a object oriented programming, right? So in db.emp dot, that means database. We have the collection, and in collection we are inserting the records, right? So this is the format for inserting the record. As we have not given any structure for the collection, so on the basis of the record it will take the values, right? And the schema, it is not schema here. We are having different attributes or fields in each and every different document, right? Like suppose we are having the app name, file name, age, and phone number, right? So this way now what is on the screen, acknowledged equal to true and inserted ID, object ID. So this is the object ID which is uniquely given to this record, right? So if we want to insert more than one records at a time, because in this case we have inserted only one record, right? So first of all, I would like to show you how we see it. So db.emp.find, right? So this underscore ID is equal to the object ID which is provided by default. And this underscore ID means it is a primary key, right? F name Abhi, L name Sharma, age is 18, phone number is this. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So we want to insert more records, right? So db.emp dot. So for that, if we want to insert more than one record, so insert many, right? And as you know, we are inserting multiple records. So this time we are using square bracket and then curly braces. So curly braces signifies the one record, right? So F name, L name, age, clear, and phone number. So we close here the first one, then comma, then start of second one. So that is F name, I'll name and age, then phone number, right? And close of this record, and then close of both the records, and then close of function. Are you able to see on the screen? What is on the screen? The two object ID. Why it is two object ID? Because we are inserting two records, right? Now how we see that data? So db control L db dot what emp dot find. Are you able to see this one?
Yes, sir.
So there are three records in this. So we are having the first method, that is insert one. Second one is insert many, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the primary key in this?
सर
Yes.
तो आईडी हो जाएगी प्राइमरी की.
So by default it is underscore ID is the primary key.
नहीं
Which is
मम्मी.
which is the object ID. Clear?
सर अगर इसमें डुप्लीकेट डेटा इंसर्ट कराने की ट्राई करे तो
Duplicate, that means same record.
यस सर एफ नेम एंड नेम एज फोन नंबर सब चीज सेम कर ट्राई.
So that will be inserted. Okay, let's see. So remember this thing, phone number of Abhi Sharma 18 20 30 29 03 92. इसको नोट डाउन कर लो, फिर मैं इसको इंसर्ट करता हूँ, राइट? कर लिए नोट डाउन?
यस सर.
Same record we are inserting, right? Control L so that the screen will be clear. Now what we have to do? db dot emp dot insert many or one?
One.
One, right? So what is the first name is ID. ID is default created, and app name. What is app name? What was the app name? Right?
Yes.
Last name? Sharma. And then age is equal to
शर्मा
18.
80.
फोन नंबर बता. फोन इक्वल टू व्हाट? क्या था, मैं तो बोल गया. 20 30 30 20
20 30
हाँ
29
29
03
03
92
92, right?
यस.
अब इसको इंसर्ट कर. It will be there. Why?
प्राइमरी आईडी की वजह से क्योंकि वो ऑब्जेक्ट आईडी है.
Object ID is different, right?
Yes, sir.
db.emp.find. So look at this object ID. Here it is. दिख रहा है? ये वाली यहाँ आ गई और ये अलग आ गई. Every time we are inserting any record, by default, some reference ID or object ID which is unique is assigned to every document, right? Each and everything is like a document. This one. Clear? In case of NoSQL, there is no concept of table, right? Okay, I would like to show you how we having the different schema, right? For example, db dot. Now, if we want to create our own ID, right? So what we do? And that ID should be the primary key. So emp dot insert one. So if we are not providing any ID, so system will provide by default a unique ID, right? But whenever we write underscore ID, let's suppose 10. So what will happen? It will be treated as a primary key, right?
हम आईडी के लिए प्राइमरी की बना सकते हैं किसी और नेम को नहीं कर सकते. मैं एफ नेम या किसी और चीज को हम आईडी प्राइमरी की नहीं बना.
No. In this case, in the this MongoDB, we have underscore ID will be the only the primary key. हाँ, जैसे उसमें करते हैं हम नेम को बना दिया या रोल को बना दिया, तो इसमें नहीं होगा, है ना? इसका specific the column name is also specific. This field name is also specific. Underscore ID, right? तो दिखाता हूँ ये करके, ठीक है? फर्स्ट सी और you can name s name f name equal to l name comma age फोन नंबर. अच्छा, हम स्किप भी कर सकते हैं, जैसे सपोज वी डू नॉट वांट टू एंटर दिस वन, बट हियर विल problematic. Suppose we take only other thing like course. In others we have not taken this one, right? Look at in this output we have acknowledge equal to true and insert ID. Previous case it was there that object ID is reflected, but here insert ID is 10, right? So db.emp dot what find. So the Abhi Sharma object ID is this object ID which is by default created, but look at this one, this one. Are you getting it? So there is no object ID assigned to it. And look at the fields are also different. So this shows that this is what schemaless, right? We have name, L name, age in all the above one, but in this case we have the course, right?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, एक और चीज दिखाते हैं आपको. Let's say suppose we are keeping another name for the primary key. What will happen? right? So db.emp.insert1. So id underscore id1 कर देते हैं suppose इसे, right? And it will be suppose 11 and app name equal to what something, right? L name equal to, right? And मैंने इसको close कर देता हूँ. So it will be closed. What happened? We have taken underscore id1. So id1 will be a normal field, right? So db.emp.find. Look at this one. ये वाला देखिए जरा, ये यही रिकॉर्ड इंसर्ट हुआ है.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean that underscore id is fixed? For what purpose? As a primary key. उस document के लिए we require one unique thing so that we can access that. So if you are not using underscore id, then system will provide the object id, right?
Yes, sir.
So here id1 underscore id1 will be treated as a normal field. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now I would like to show you one thing also there, Control L, that we can do nesting also in this. So db.emp.insert1. Why I am taking 1 because I am inserting only one record, right? Like suppose id, this time I am providing the id 11, right? Yeah, 20 कर दे suppose. Then name colon, then bracket start, curly brace start, name. Comma L name. Right. And then this one is closed. So this is what in the name we have the app name, L name, right? And then in what age? 20 suppose.
Square bracket close.
स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट रहेगा. इसमें ये दिक्कत है. क्या insert 1 क्या था मेरा id, क्या था name and ठीक है ना, right? Then age and then phone number, right? Right? Look at that, the things are inserted and how it looks. So db.emp.find, and this one is your id, right? So are you able to see the nesting? Will it be possible in the RDBMS? Because name have what, both the name composite thing. Do you remember composite attributes?
Yes, sir.
But here we are having the composite attribute in the one field name have name L name. all the things are different in NoSQL. सारे फंडिक गलत हो जाएंगे, हो रहा है ना? Now we have the long database in this. We want to search the thing, so not use the find for certain things like db.emp.find, and on the basis of what we find, like underscore id, that should be 20, right? What is this? What is this? This is your where clause in. याद आ रहा है कुछ?
Yes, sir.
So here we have to use this thing, title and the value. So underscore id equal to, simply if we write this way, what is this? It's very similar to select asterisk from EMP, right?
Yes, sir.
What is this? Select asterisk from EMP where underscore id equal to
20.
right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, in case of SQL, we are having multiple like age also included. ID should be 20 and age is greater than 10. Yeah. So what we do? We combine the both the conditions. करते हैं ना combine?
Yes, sir.
By using and. And sometimes we use in operator. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So how we write the things here, like suppose ID is 20 and age is less than 25. 20 and age is less than 25. The output is same T. So db dot emp dot find. So ID is equal to what? ID equal to 20. Yeah, first we check for less than, right? Age, we want to check age. For this we use $sign less than LT colon 20, right? So age is less than 20. Now bracket close, right? This one close.
कैपिटल ए है एज में
कैपिटल है क्या? So less than 20 में सारे आ गए. Less than 20, less than 18 करते हैं. क्लियर हो गया क्या?
Yes, sir.
So the format looks like dollar sign LT. LT means less than colon value. और किस फील्ड से कंपेयर कराना है? दिस फील्ड एज, राइट? Suppose we want to do greater than, so GT, ठीक है, GT 19, are you getting it? GT and greater than equal to GE. एक मिनट, GPE greater than equal to, दिखा आपको? So greater than equal to, that means equal to 19 and greater than, two records are there. So equality is clear. Equality, less than equal, less than equal is represented by LTE. Greater than GT, greater than equal to GTE, not equal to. So not equal to NE, right? Not equal to 19, so it will be 18, 17, other than 19, right? Clear हो गए?
Yes, sir.
Or the value which is not in array, not in array is NIN. Now you can say that suppose we want to find out the name of persons which are which is Abhi and their age is less than 19. So what is there? We have to combine two conditions, right?
Yes.
Combine करनी पड़ेगी ना condition. So for that we use and, right? The syntax of and is different in this. Like suppose मैं syntax लिख रहा हूँ पहले, db dot my, or suppose there is a collection and find, right? I'm writing the syntax. So the function, then curly braces, then and dollar sign and. Clear? So dollar sign and then colon. Then first condition in the square bracket, that is key 1 and its corresponding value 1. ठीक है, पहली कंडीशन हो गई, कॉमा, सेकंड कंडीशन इज key 2 colon value 2, then this close and this one. So this is the syntax. This is the syntax.